Today we're to fix my CSX ScaleTrains GEVO ditch lights. Now those are the bottom two lights in the front. Usually only the right one would turn on, so I kind of nicknamed him One-Eyed Willie, but there have been some times where I've seen the other ditch light turn on, so I know it works for sure. Just something is off with the connection, maybe a loose wire, I don't know, but we're gonna investigate it today. So this is a foam cradle by ESU, and this is what people generally use to repair model trains. They lay them on upside down on the foam just to not break any parts. You can see right there in the diagram how it's supposed to be like, and there also is a cool feature right in the back where you can fit it like a jigsaw puzzle to other foam cradles, and you can make a whole row of these just in case you want a really long line of it. Another cool feature that they have is this magnetic strip that goes across the middle. It can hold any loose screws there. And the material they use for the foam is actually very soft, so it's good to not break any small pieces. So here I demonstrate what it looks like if you place down a locomotive. There is this diagonal cradle, so you can work on the side of it. And here's what it looks like at the front of the locomotive. It is nice and snug, and now we can take it out. Here's what it looks like. You just pop it out. And now we're going to make it upside down. I'm just placing it in there. Now you do have to pull back the edge of the foam cradle for it to fit in. But once it's in, it's nice and snug, and now we can unscrew these couplers. This is the part where the magnetic strip is actually very helpful. Alright, so after I unscrewed the other coupler box, I was able to pull the locomotive out of its shell. And here is what it looks like underneath. So here's the area in the front. These gold parts are actually what connect to the ditch lights, make them activate. And here's an overview of what it looks like with the circuit board, all the wires. So I tried to look for any loose wires, but I found, yeah, they pretty much all fixed, so I can't really do anything there. So here's what the shell looks like outside the locomotive, and you can see those gold contacts right there in the front. That's for the ditch lights, and just in case you're curious what the other parts look like as well. Alright, so let's pop this guy back in. So one idea I had in my head is maybe the contact between the two aren't connecting as well, so what if I just push it down? And that actually kind of confirmed what I was thinking. So they did both work after I pushed it down, so I was very happy there. So I thought it was definitely something to do with the pilot anti-climber. Maybe that part is just loose. So I thought I could just fix it by screwing the coupler boxes more tightly. And by the way, this is what the coupler box looks like unassembled. So it's it's very small pieces. So it can be a little bit more finicky to assemble with these. They don't really snap into place, so they're kind of loose in the box, but here's what it generally looks like when it's all complete. So I screwed it as much as I could, and just when I thought I couldn't screw it in anymore, I figured you can actually hold it and screw in a little tiny bit more. But after that, my trick of pushing down the pilot to activate the ditch lights, that didn't really work anymore. So I decided to loosen up these hand railings just to push them down a little easier, and I also loosened up the screw. So I fiddled around with it more, and then randomly it's just started working. Both ditch lights, I was happy. I was like, I'm finally finished with it, right? So I tried again just in case it was a fluke. Alright, it's working good. And then it started going, it started flickering, and then only the right one would work, and then only the left one would work, and then none of them work. So I was like, come on, man. And then all of a sudden it worked again, both ditch lights. I was like, alright, so it's gonna fail eventually, right? So I tried going over and over again, but it seemed pretty consistent, so I thought maybe I'll just take it off the track, put it back on, and it won't work again, right? And then I did it, and it did work, so I was like confused. So I tried it the next morning, and lo and behold, it still works, both ditch lights. So I guess the ditch lights are fixed, although I don't know how long this is gonna last. If there's someone out there with more experience with this, with model trains, please let me know what I can do about it. But for now, I don't think I'm gonna touch the locomotive from the top, and I think I should be fine, although if it does mess up, I know know how to fix it now. Sorry, it's not exactly my typical model train video, so maybe it's not so interesting to watch what happens behind the scenes. You know, it's not always fun in games. Sometimes you have to do some maintenance, and people have been commenting about it. You know, why is Cracky Fox's train like that? With one ditch light, did something break? So now it's finally over. Hopefully in future videos you will no longer see this issue. We also did get to unbox the ESU foam train service tray. That's what they officially call it. So if you guys are looking for a foam cradle, I do recommend them a lot. I especially do like the magnetic strip that they have, and I got them from yankeedabbler.com. If you guys enjoyed the video, remember hit that like button down below, and if you're new here, consider subscribing because I'll be uploading more model train videos in the future. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.